I returned the 4 for a 5, which is what I'm on now. And I don't know. I may have some qualms about having gotten into this 5 here, and probably not for a reason that most people would state. Believe it or not, what I favored about the 4 is that at 1080p it allowed me to shoot on a setting dubbed narrow, which is, from what I remember, a 24 millimeter equivalent. And I favored that in it not being so wide. This right here is at a 19 on what I have it at now, with the horizon steady, which I don't even need it, obviously, because it's still yet more than that is more than that is more, what am I trying to say? More than that is more than that favor, as far as it being a little too wide for my liking. And yeah, that's what I'm having. I don't know if I should return this one here and go back to a 4. Now, I will say this. What I do appreciate about this one is that when you have 2 mics, right? This one, that one, and you hook it up, I noticed immediately that as soon as you turn on your camera, it hooks up right away. And with the 4, it was kind of wonky in that I would turn it on and I'd find myself waiting for it to trigger and hook up. And sometimes it's almost as though it wouldn't. It's as though I had to remind it, hey, hook up, and do it myself manually, because it wasn't doing it automatically. I think that was probably more though me being impatient, and instead of waiting on it, me going ahead and doing it myself. So that's my dilemma right now. I don't know if I should go back into a 4 and record just off one mic and record off another separately, or keep these 2 and that as it is. I don't know. Now, I'll add that I don't know if it's me, right? This is on D-Log. I don't know if it's just me, because I know people have said that obviously in normal that it's too processed, and so they use D-Log to stabilize that. Yet even in D-Log, I don't know if I'm looking at it too hard or what, because for me it doesn't quite look the same. And this one's updated with the latest firmware, and I have it on high bit rate. And I did something in that there was a program I used to see if this one was doing the same bit rate that the 4 was doing in high, and yes, in fact it was showing that it was about the same bit rate, because I was thinking, what if the 4, even though it reads high, it's maybe not as high as 4. And so my conclusion was that, in fact, yeah, it's about the same, because it was in the same area about the same time of day. And yeah, in fact, it's showing to be the same. Yet my wife even told me, I don't know, I think the 4 seemed to appear better. I don't know. There's that. And so in my mind, I was telling myself, well, maybe it's because it's not the exact same time in the day where it doesn't look exactly the same. And so now I just found myself messing with the settings, trying to get it right. I do feel like this one exposes higher, and so I've had to bring it a bit further down than I did on the 4. Now, of course, in post I can mess with it and fix that a little. And so there's that. Trying to think what I should do. I don't know if I should sit with this one longer and continue to mess with it, and maybe I'll keep it. Another thing I want to add is when you hook it up to your laptop, right? Hook it up to your laptop, it connects faster, and it seems to download the videos faster. Whereas with the 4, now I don't know if it was just the camera that I had, but when I would hook up the 4, I'd, give you that pop-up, and then you tell it whether you want to do a webcam or be able to transfer files. And so I was having to do that each time, which just wasn't a big deal. But what I've noted with this one is that it hooks up automatically. It's almost as though you tell it once and it'll keep on doing it until you tell it to do otherwise, which is more convenient. And yeah, we'll see what I'll do. I still got time with this one before my return window closes. We'll see. Now, I was under the impression that because I really favored my old mics that I had, the Smart Labs Plus. I favored them. And I even told my wife, yeah, I think these may be better than these. Yet, after I compared them side by side, no, in fact, these sound better. Gives you more of a fuller sound. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I really favored being able to shoot at 1080p. I always shoot in 1080p, by the way. Only at 1080p, because for me, there's no sense in shooting in 4K if I'm gonna blur it slightly. I'd rather not have a really sharp image. And so, yeah. Now, I can in post do a lens distortion correction and try to get it to where it doesn't appear so warped or so wide, in which this one's not that bad. As I'm saying, it's at a 19 equivalent, and so it's Yeah, a bit wide, but yeah. That's where I'm at right now. Now I will say, after reviewing my old footage on the 4, even at a 24, it did seem a bit tight. So there's that. Even at 24, not really. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. Whether I keep this, return it, get the other. Now, the 4, I've had it twice. I got it just to see if I'd like the idea of having a smaller camera, or if it would work for me, right? And so I bought it, checked it out, and I thought, yeah, this is going to work. And then I figured, okay, I'll return it and get the 5. In fact, I didn't return it and get the 5. I returned it, and before I got the 5, I thought, that 4 is really nice. Let me go ahead and just get the 4 and deal with it. And so I purchased it and figured I'll have one mic connected, and then I'll do another external recording and then sync it in post, because with the program it basically does it for you, right? Unless you are too far away. Yet with this camera and the 4, they pick up the audio so good that as long as you're within 15 feet and it's not too loud and too many people talking, no, as long as it's not too loud, then it should be able to pick up your voice, and in post you'll be able to sync it up. Of course, you can always clap and do it that way. Sometimes I've forgotten to do it, and yet the program still is able to do it with ease. Very rarely have I had to go in there and manually sync up to a clap. Yeah, that's where I am right now. Do I keep this one? Do I return it, get the other? I don't know. We shall see. We shall see.